Nothing in life is free, but the My Digicel app is. You don't need to be on a data plan to use the app. You can conveniently chat with Ruby or an agent for help. Check your account balance, activate a Prime bundle, or gift it to a friend. Send credit. Check the Georgetown and Burpees Bridge schedules. Activate a roaming plan. Play Shake to Win for cool prizes. So don't worry about a data plan, buddy. Download the My Digicel app from the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store today. Digicel, better together.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening. Welcome to this evening's newscast on Kaieteur Radio. I'm Kevin Smith. Let's get to the news in detail. Amid fears that the Natural Resources Fund would be abused and misused with no jail time for the offenders, President Ali, in his New Year's message, hinted that funds will be transferred from the account to better the lives of Guyanese. Ali did not give any specifics as to what projects or how the money would be used to better the lives of citizens, but spoke about granting more scholarships for oil and gas studies and also improving housing. Meanwhile, AFC leader Kemraj Ramjatan believes that Vice President Bharat Jagdeo intends to use the oil money in a manner that will score him political points. He explained that the former APNU-AFC administration was guided by international best practices when it drafted the Natural Resource Fund Act, and it was decided to not have the monies accessible to politicians. Guyanese continue to speak out against what they deem the flawed Natural Resources Fund bill, which was hurriedly passed in the National Assembly last week. Government has since mobilized all of its surrogate organizations to hail the new law as revolutionary and good for Guyana. US-based Guyanese Dr. Jerry Jailal said, despite its sloganeering about One Guyana, the PPP's engine room essentially told the opposition and civil society representatives to go to hell when they asked for more time for consultation. Jailal reasoned that the PPP's unilateralism and triumphalism may hurt them in 2025, while adding that they probably already lost all crossover votes that catapulted them in the 2020 election. In other news, PNCR said it welcomes the Electoral Reform Group's or ERG's response to government's proposal to amend the Representation of the People's Act, noting that while there are areas of disagreement, many of the proposals averred are acceptable. The party said it welcomes and supports the ERG's position that there is almost unanimous agreement that GCAM is in need of fundamental restructuring and reform, and that electoral reforms need to benefit from a national consensus if they are to have the desired effect. In other news, New Year's Day turned out to be a tragedy for two friends after one allegedly killed the other during a row over gold at the Arao mountaintop located in the Kiyuni district, Region 7. Killed, reportedly from a blow to the head with a piece of wood, is 51-year-old Animal Sonja, a Venezuelan national of Valencia. According to police, Sonja received the fatal blow between 2 hours 45 and 3 hours on Saturday. His friend, a 21-year-old accused of killing him, was nabbed by police yesterday at Kaikan, a village located not too far away from the Arao mountaintop. We were told that both the suspect and the victim had arrived to Arao sometime back looking for work. And moving on, fire broke out at the Georgetown Public Hospital on New Year's Day, destroying some $30 million worth in equipment. Ranks responded to a report of a fire at the hospital sometime around 5 hours 25. The fire is said to have occurred in the ECG room of the hospital, causing severe damages. The fire service's prompt response prevented it from spreading to other parts of the medical facility, but affected 11 patients who had to be relocated. Though it was reported that arson is suspected, Fire Chief Calamity in Edu told us that they are unable to confirm this, but investigators discovered some form of unknown substance, which has since been taken to the lab to be tested as investigations into the fire's cause continue. And to wrap things up this evening, let's tell you that 2 men were earlier today remanded for the murder of Sensei Garfield Newton, a 36-year-old bodyguard attached to Bihari Group of Companies. The defendants, 25-year-old Darren Bailey of Parfit Harmony, West Bank, Demerara, and 24-year-old Judah Vickery, a taxi driver of Beldam Podran Squatin area, West Coast, Demerara, made their first court appearance in the Georgetown Magistrates Courts before Senior Magistrate Leron Daly. The men were not required to plead to the indictable charge, which alleges that on December 4, 2021, at Campbell Street, Alboystown, they murdered Newton during the course or furtherance of a robbery. And with that, we've come to the end of this